Okay, Kristen, thanks.
Sure.
In the months before and after the invasion of Iraq, the president spoke optimistically about a free Iraq that could stand as a beacon of freedom to the rest of the Middle East. Nearly 4 years after the war began, is that dream dead? Spencer Boyer is with the Center for American Progress. Mackenzie Eaglin is a national security analyst with the Heritage Foundation. Nice to see you both today.
Thank you for having me.
Mackenzie, that dream that a democratic Iraq would create sort of a domino effect in the Middle East that would empower democracy across the region, do you think that that was ever realistic?
That's a great question. We have to be careful in creating an expectations gap here and abroad that part of the U.S. national interest in spreading democracy is a long-term struggle. The president's actually called this the work of a generation. And just because it's long and difficult at times doesn't mean we should necessarily throw in the towel. There's no hope lost yet.
And Spencer, in some places where we've seen democracy at work, say in Lebanon, where we've seen Hezbollah come to power, or in the Palestinian territories where Hamas won elections, the result of these democratic elections was not what the United States had intended.
Well, that's absolutely right, but democracy is not a panacea. It's not a cure-all for all of the problems that the world faces. It's certainly the best form of democratic way forward. But as Winston Churchill once said, democracy is the worst form of government except for all of the others. We can't expect democracy to be the end-all for all of our struggles.
In some cases, do you think that democracy ever exacerbates existing problems? I mean, for instance, in Iraq, you have these disparate parties coming together. You have the Sunnis, the Shiites, and the Kurds. They all have problems with one another, and yet in this newly formed nascent government, they're forced to work together. Mackenzie, is it ever a problem for democracy to be at work in a place like Iraq?
Well, it can be difficult to get there from here. There is a genuine thirst and demand for democracy in the region, and in Iraq in particular, from the bottom up. And that's the key ingredient to actually having a long-term success. We just have to remember that democracy can't be imposed, and the ultimate result may be that it won't look necessarily like a Western-style democracy.
Spencer, I want to read part of an article published in the Weekly Standard in October of 2002, and it was talking about Iraq. It reads, "There will be no change until Saddam Hussein is defeated. The use of military power must be decisive, producing a rout, not a stalemate. Were we to intervene and then hesitate or otherwise lose, we might achieve the opposite result from the desired, encouraging strong men to stand up to the United States." Does that sound like where we are right now?
Well, I think that the problem wasn't in our desire to have democracy in Iraq. That was a very important goal. It wasn't the only reason we went into Iraq. We certainly went in to try to root out weapons of mass destruction, which proved to not be there. The problem was that we thought that promoting democracy, attaining democracy in Iraq would be quick, easy, and relatively cost-free. It was none of those things. And as the other guest mentioned, you can't normally do that through military force alone. Democracy promotion is a long, complicated process. It's uneven at times, and as I was mentioning, sometimes you don't get the results that you want, but it's certainly the best way forward. It's the most likely way to produce regimes that are going to be friendly to the United States, that are going to be in line with our interests, so we certainly shouldn't give up on that.
Spencer Boyer and Mackenzie Eaglin, I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's a second attempt to launch